1970, 80 decor. And I'm done giving a tour of my home. So I watched part of a video.
Yes, and we're all sorry for that, okay? I didn't want to see the bat shit. I didn't want to see the fucking clothes all over your floor. I didn't want to see the trash in your kitchen you're just walking over. I didn't want to see the piles of garbage all over all your tables. I didn't want to see it. I wish you wouldn't have gave the tour.
When I pulled my pots and pans out, and there was like black stuff there, and apparently it's rat poop.
It is. He's got his shit somewhere. He's eating good as hell. He's eating leftover oyster soup, food left out on the counters everywhere. He's eating the dog food down by the floor. I mean, look how big he is. That was a big fucking rat. And he ran through your live video, okay? You can't Photoshop that. So your little lie you're trying to use just ain't gonna work there, buddy. It's not gonna work. Just say I'm nasty and it was rat shit in my pants, and don't make me go back through my videos.
Oh, let me give you a little cooking tip. One, wasn't rat poop.
How did we go from rat poop to cooking tips? How did we go from rat poop to cooking tips? Damn, girl, stay on subject. Anyway, let's see her cooking tips.
Number two, anybody that knew anything about cooking would know exactly what that was. See, well, let me give you a little cooking tip. One, wasn't rat poop. Number two, anybody that knew anything about cooking would know exactly what that was. See, well, let me give you a little cooking tip. One, wasn't rat poop. Number two, anybody that knew anything about cooking would know exactly what that was. See,
Did y'all fucking hear that? Here's your cooking tips for today, y'all. All y'all people who follow her to cook for you. Here's her fucking tips for you today. Number one, it wasn't rat poop. Cooking tip number two is if you cooked at all, you'd know exactly what that was. Okay, now take those helpful tips and go into your kitchen and cook some motherfucking dinner. And I hope it tastes delicious for you and your family. Just don't forget your tips. Cooking tip number one is that wasn't rat shit. And cooking tip number two was if you cooked it all, you know exactly what that was. I hope it helped.
as a chef, as a person,
Oh my gosh. She's a chef now. I thought you were a stunt double. Thought you were an insurance agent. I thought you were a realtor. I thought you were a kung fu master. I mean, I thought you were all these other things. And now you're a chef too? Did one of your people order you a chef coat to blow your head up? Probably because they didn't want to see you in the same fucking clothes again? Just because you bought the chef coat doesn't make you a chef, Michelle, okay? All right? I was She-Ra from Halloween, but I can't toss nobody anywhere.
that cooks, I grind my black pepper in a pepper grinder. And what
You mean a pepper mill, chef? If you're a chef, you should know these words. That's a pepper mill, okay?
happened a couple days ago is I had like black pepper, like my black pepper grinds on my island, the island with my Janair gas stove, right?
I know you should totally call your ex husband and thank him for liking nice stuff because you never worked during your marriage and you got an allowance from him. Somehow, you didn't buy a fucking thing in that house. Not that couch you're sitting on, not a picture on the wall, and not the house. And somehow, you ended up with everything. Everything he worked for. While you sat at home and drew your disability and talked about how bad everyone did you in your life. You should tell him thanks.
Right? And I accidentally knocked the bottle over and it went everywhere. It went everywhere.
And I know damn well you just left it there. Because that's what the rest of your house looks like. You just leave shit there. You leave shit there. So don't even try to claim that you cleaned that shit up. Because you ain't cleaned nothing up in that house. That house is nasty as hell.
So thank you for letting me know that some of the black pepper grinds dropped in where I keep my doors.
Where you keep your doors. They dropped in where you keep your doors.
I keep my pots and pans. Some of the black pepper grinds dropped in there.
Oh, so they rolled off the counter, opened the drawer, and jumped in? That's what they did? They rolled off the counter, opened the drawer, and jumped into your pan. Sounds legit.
But the rat poop. Yeah, yeah. Zoom in. They're black pepper grinds that you put in a pepper grinder since you don't really cook well.
Girl, don't see condescending as hell because you think you cook well and you also think you're a chef. Can you at least know what the fuck you're talking about? It's peppercorns and a pepper mill. Okay? Okay, old genius. Old fucking Einstein.
You put black pepper grinds in this thing called a grinder, and then you
No, it's a thing called a pepper mill. It's called a pepper mill, stupid.
screw the top, and when you do that, it grinds out real pepper. And so, if you saw the island that I cook on, there's drawers that pull out, right? And I
Were they just all standing open? I mean, I could almost believe it because the way your house looks, something drops on the floor, you don't even pick it up. You just walk over it. So were the drawers open? The drawers would have to be open, right?
knocked the whole pepper grinder over, and some of the black pepper grinds fell in my bottom drawer. But I like that you're so interested in me.
No, it's not interested. No one's actually interested in you, Michelle. People are intrigued by someone can be so fucking stupid and try to sell such crazy embellished lies and none of it's true. Okay, you can't run around telling people you got a nice clean house when you make a video showing shit all over the floor and bat shit piled up in the fucking attic. Okay? And your table with like foot high trash on it. Like, you can't just sell people a dream. That's what you're doing. I see how you got all these husbands. You sold them motherfuckers a dream, and as soon as they figured out who you were, they fucking ran. And the last one ran so fucking fast. He left all that shit he worked for behind for you. He didn't even take his clothes. He didn't take his dog. He didn't take nothing. You were that bad. That bad. I hope one day that he finds someone that he can be happy with, that's normal, that doesn't have all this stuff from the past that she hasn't dealt with, that doesn't like to stick X-Lax in their food because they have to go to work. I mean, he deserves that. ATN, if you're listening to this, I hope you find all the happiness in the world. I hope you find a new wife. Y'all stay together, and she's the exact opposite of Michelle.